Hello everyone, welcome back to GameCast. Today we're going to be playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but this video comes with a twist. Today we're going to be talking about mental health awareness, and we've invited Paddy here with us today because he has been a serious influencer of mental health awareness in our local area. You can nod your head, but you have. So, just to start off, would you like to just give us a kind of a rough introduction to yourself and what you're about and what you've been doing?
Hello everybody, my name's Paddy.
Up that volume.
Up the volume.
Up the volume.
I'm going to shout at you all now.
Jesus Christ.
My name's Paddy, and I haven't really done a whole lot, to be honest.
He has.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm very modest. Very, very modest indeed.
So, over the years of knowing Paddy, he's been very upfront about some of the struggles he's gone through. And at the time where I first discovered it, it was so rare for someone to just come out like that and say that they were having trouble and that they had overcome this trouble by reaching out for help. So the point of this video was to try to explore that and get rid of this taboo idea that mental health is such a bad thing that should not be talked about. So Paddy, if he would indulge us, is going to talk us through his story, how he overcame it, the tools he used, and a bit of advice for other people that may be struggling along the way while we enjoy some games, because this is a gaming channel after all. So, for instance, do you want to talk us through kind of the start?
The start,
like when you first kind of started to notice that things weren't going great.
Well, that was probably when I used to cry myself to sleep because I was so lonely when I was a teenager. That was probably the start, but it never occurred to me that was...
Did you just assume like kind of most kids, like, oh, I've no friends, like what the hell?
Yeah.
And then you never kind of assumed maybe I don't have any friends because I don't want any friends, or I prefer to be isolated, kind of a thing.
No, I had no friends because I was a deeply, deeply unpleasant little fuck.
And why do you think that was?
My little curse.
It's not monetized.
Yeah, I was a deeply, deeply unpleasant little individual because I didn't know how to socialise. I have Asperger's, so my social interactions were very, very poor indeed.
Did that make you nervous? Let's say before you even went into a conversation, were you overthinking it? Let's say further on now at the start.
I'm not really sure. Probably depends on the social interaction. I was very, very, very anxious without even realising that I was anxious. But yeah, fast forward because that's so fucking hard to go.
Yeah.
That was the start. I can remember being 19, fucking burning these smiley faces into my hand because I was trying to distract myself from...
You were trying to see the pain rather than feel it.
I was trying to distract myself from the fucking mental anguish that I was going through that night. I'm pretty sure I blacked out drunk that night too. Just literally started down with whiskey and tequila. So I wouldn't have to feel, and it worked. But yeah, again, if someone had mentioned the term mental health to me, I would be like, huh? What?
Yeah, like I remember when I was younger, like let's say, not kind of that age, because it kind of became more known around then, but let's say when I would have been around 12 or whatever, it would not have been a thing, really. You would have been looked at as if you were crazy.
How many years ago was that?
12 years ago, my god. That's a long time.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been a sea change.
There has, in the last few years, but there is still a bit of skepticism. Like, if you, like, I know people are more accepting, but as soon as you mention, I think I'm depressed, people either think he's being dramatic or don't take it seriously.
I disagree.
Would you?
I don't think...
Oh, you going on, Joe?
No, frozen. I don't think if you say I'm depressed, they're probably going to say, been there, I know what you're going through, or that sucks. It's when you start getting into the nitty gritty of it, or other conditions. So if you're having audio or visual hallucinations, then
maybe that's more what I meant to say.
Then people start getting uncomfortable because they don't they might not understand.
Exactly. Because people understand sad.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand these kind of issues that you're just mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, fucking mental health. There's good mental health, there's fucking negative mental health, but that's how you say it as well.
Yeah, true.
But in terms of mental health in Ireland, I think we'll come on and off of that. You need to ask a question because I forgot what the fuck we're talking about.
We're just kind of talking about your first kind of instincts of it.
College. I was so fucking out of my head, depressed in college that I...
Do you know why now?
No.
No?
No. It's a combination of a lot of things, but I mean, I fell behind in class.
Mm-hmm.
So I just shut down and stopped going to class rather than fail. I used to sleep away in my days and stay awake all night. I stopped feeling. At one point I could not feel anything. All I could think of was suicide.
Mm.
Literally, that was the only thought come through my head for days at a time.
And how long did that kind of last for? Because that's a tough thing to last one day with, let alone a sustained period of time.
It was a long time. I can't remember how long it was exactly. I would say months, weeks, months.
And you mentioned alcohol and like
recently,
yeah, and sleeping and whatnot. What other ways would you kind of distract yourself to kind of get away from that such negative feeling? Or gaming? Oh, good.
God damn,
good.
I fucking played Skyrim for 18 hours straight the other day because I didn't want to think. And that was only 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I know, let's say to change topic slightly, gaming gets such a bad rap nowadays because young people are stuck to Fortnite or what's the other one nowadays that they're all playing? World War 3 or something that I just seen is taking over.
Apex Legends?
It's kind of gone downhill, but...
I've never played it.
Excuse me. The thing about gaming is that it lets you get out of your mind for a couple of hours. Like, it's always helped me whenever I've been kind of down or whatever to just switch off and enjoy a nice game of Star Wars or Batman or Call of Duty, whatever it is. Do you know play?
Oh, not.
Okay. So I have to give gaming its props in those regards. It is a good outlet if used well and not kind of like depended on.
Yeah, but then you have game dependency and people who are like playing for 18 hours a fucking day and going to bed and waking up the next day and playing that game. So it has pros and cons like everything, I suppose.
Well, it's the same with like alcohol. Alcohol in moderation is okay, but too much of it is alcoholism.
I agree.
Same, well, drugs are always a no-no. But where were we? You were saying about college and gaming and whatnot. During those kind of periods, did you kind of notice like this isn't going to help me, or did you even care?
I didn't care.
Not in the least.
I remember there was one night ever went to shit I really wanted to do it, and I remember just buying a fuck ton of drink and trying to down all the ADHD medication and sleeping tablets that I had in my possession, and I also contacted a friend, and I didn't know at the time, he had a friend, but contacted him for fucking like, any sort of drugs you can get down. Never did drugs.
Before this?
Didn't do drugs that night either because he wouldn't give them to me.
That's fair enough. Well, it was a good thing.
Appreciate that in hindsight. But
we're not going to name him then because we can get him in some serious trouble.
yeah, well, he got clean afterwards. So
Oh,
that's
good, good.
Yeah, and my friend Anita actually took the ADHD tablets and sleeping tablets away from me. So
Good. So there was people around you there that kind of were copping on.
Yeah, I remember saying to her, she was like, "What the fuck is up with you?" And I was like, "I want to die." So she was like,
Did she take it serious?
Yeah.
Good. And then would it have been around this time that you were kind of like, okay, I need to kind of reverse a bit here?
"Oh God, no."
No?
Oh no.
All right.
No. I don't know when the fuck that came. I slept away 2 or 3 years of my life after that.
So, I'm assuming you left college then.
Yeah, I failed everything. Everything. And upset about it, etc., but sure, look, it could have been worse.
Would you regret it?
Oh yeah, massively.
Yeah.
But it was not a fit state at the time
Yeah.
to get through it and survive it.
Yes. It is a very tough environment to be in, especially without that mindset. Well, no, sorry, especially with that mindset. Like,
look, I was mentally unwell at the time. Didn't realise I was mentally unwell at the time. So I was just coping as best I could. Shit happens.
yeah. So, you're a lot better now. So,
Yeah, I suppose I'm a lot better.
I know it doesn't go away. It's not something that ever goes away.
You see, I thought it did, because for a period of time in my life, I was fucking tremendously happy. And I was like, oh God, I'm cured. And then everyone went to shit again. I was like, what the fuck, I want to die again. And that probably sucked even more because I didn't know what happiness was. Felt it, tasted it, and then it was just gone. Yeah, so that took a while to get back over it. But yeah, I mean, even recently last year, like I fucking drank away most of last year because I was trying to distract myself from fucking how I was feeling, which was shit. So and that largely came from not taking care of myself.
I've read somewhere there recently, do you know Jordan Peterson?
No. Yes.
Yeah. Now, he's very, very good for dealing with people with anxiety issues and depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I've listened to some of his lectures, and he said something to me that really, really clicked.
You're going to be fucking lynched for mentioning his name online.
Why?
He's not a very popular man in certain circles.
Oh, that's their opinion. But
oh no, I look forward to seeing him getting lynched.
bring it on. He
I enjoy lynchings, but it's not me being lynched.
Well, it doesn't bother me. I get crucified from every angle most times anyway. Anyway, he was in an interview with BBC, and he was talking about why the majority of his live audience members are males, and he said that he feels that the majority of them are males from true statistics, that all of his videos based on anxiety and depression are directed at males because they go through a lot different problems than females. And he said that the main problem he sees is that males just don't get someone who puts their hand on their shoulder and just says, I understand you're going through such a tough time, it's okay.
If someone says to me, I'd fucking headbutt them.
I wouldn't.
They fucking annoy me. But I'm like that when I get depressed. I start pushing people away.
Yeah.
And isolating myself. And getting tick at the slightest fucking thing. Like my mother's not asked me how I am or like that. If she sees me, she rings me, I get that fuck away and stop annoying me. Talk about something random and annoying me.
I understand.
The poor fucking woman.
But at least she is looking out for you.
Of course.
Yeah, but when he said that there were, we require such little encouragement as human beings to actually keep going. Like a small compliment can actually launch you forward days at a time. And it really sparked something with me that just doesn't happen enough. Like, Jesus, what was it? Like, you could just see, I could see the emotion on his face of how much he wanted these people to get better and how proud he was of them. And I was like, that is the mentality going forward.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed his talks, and I know he's not very accepted because of some of his political views, but in terms of his psychological views, he's hitting the nail on the head. So if anyone is kind of thinking that they're all alone and that no one's looking out for him, take a look at his videos, because some of them are very, very helpful in what he says, and he phrases them in a way that he's not just trying to make you feel better, he's trying to make you see why you're important and why your life is important and why you have a duty to keep on living, and how you can achieve these through setting realistic goals. Like, first thing you should do in the morning is just get up and make your bed. Second thing, eat a big breakfast, because if you don't eat a big breakfast, you're already going to be in a bad mood for the rest of the day, and that's going to set you on a downward path. I think he has a book, The 12 Rules of Life, and he said that was basically how you can get the best possible outcome of every single day. So,
Yeah, but I mean,
I know it's not all that easy.
fuck me, you're depressed out of your head. You're hungover because you're drinking, night before because you're trying to forget everything. I do fucking hungover to eat breakfast.
I don't drink.
Yeah, well,
I understand.
I think that's a little simplistic.
In some of his video, in a lot of his videos though, he did say that there is some responsibility to try to change it around. So, like some people, he says it himself, some people just don't want help,
Yeah.
but we try to help them anyway. That's
I
just,
fucking don't want that one.
well, that's mainly the point of this video, is that if someone is watching this video, that means they are looking for help.
Yeah, if they're still fucking looking, I'm impressed. Fair play.
Well done.
Holy
After
shit.
you're 12 minutes, what? 17 minutes in, you're still looking for help. Well done.
Generally it's 30 seconds these videos last, don't they?
Which?
People clicking into YouTube videos. 30 seconds to a minute.
Depends.
Or if they flick through it.
Looking at the stats for the podcast, people generally last a good bit longer. Just because the podcasts are a lot longer. Like.
You last longer than me.
Well done.
Sex joke.
I got that now, yeah. So,
You got disgusted.
I just have to stay neutral.
Go for it.
So after college and all that, and let's say you started to kind of express it on Facebook and social media, what kind of inspired you to do that?
There were two reasons. Number one, I was a like whore.
Okay. Yeah, no, we all do that.
Poor self-esteem, and I tried to increase my self-esteem by looking for likes. That was it. And then
But to be fair now, if anyone's gonna, if you're gonna look for likes through any other method, a success story is a good way to go.
I'm far from a fucking success story, man.
Well, it is a success story, whether you agree or not.
I disagree completely, but
He's wrong.
never wrong. Yeah, that was the first of it. Well, that played a small part because I think it wasn't intentional. It was just looking back. That's in hindsight.
Yeah.
I was seeking validation, but I started writing about my own experiences, and it started off. I fucking hate these slow fucking intros. What's she trying to do? I can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Look up. Sorry.
And the second part?
The second part was I started working for a company.
Yeah.
For a training company, and there was a blog feature on it, and they had no blogs, and I was the marketing coordinator. I was like, right, we're gonna get some fucking blogs up on this shit.
Cool.
And one of the courses was managing self-harm, which was actually a managing self-injury course as opposed to managing self-harm, but we had the title was a little bit off. So again, I didn't have a whole lot of experience with self-harm, or so I thought. Hey-o.
Is the scar still there?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Is it?
I can.
Yeah. What's my visit?
Jesus.
I was 19 and 31 now, so that's 12 years. But yeah, fucking, what's his name?
So we just got a small break there. You were saying about the second reason because you were with this training.
So we had a training company, they had a course called Managing Self-Harm, we had a blog, and I wanted to sell places on this course. So I asked my manager, Vivian, what self-harm was, how could you explain it? And he sat down and went through it in detail. Long story short, it was a negative response. It was an escape from emotional torment, emotional pain, emotional anguish, whatever the words. Now they're not his words. He's an expert in the field, so he's into. I'm not.
He had the linguistic nature.
But when he went through it, I was like, holy shit, I self-harm. Because previously before that, and this was 2013, I had always considered self-harm to be teenage girls cutting themselves. That was it. That was the
taboo nature around it at the time.
Maybe so, but that was my
perception of what it was.
Yeah, and then I realised that day that A, I self-harm, and B, I'm not a teenage girl.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes further than I realised. So I started reading about it and looking into it. And I realised that my burning these smiley faces onto my hand with cigarettes when I was 19 was self-harm. Because I was trying to escape from that pain I was experiencing. And I realised the same night when I was fucking standing in front of cars and hit me with their fucking cars, they got faster and faster under the track, that was also self-harm. So I wrote a blog and published it on Facebook because it was too personal to go on the website.
Yeah.
The website was more for academia, etc., etc. This was a personal experience. So the feedback was actually very positive. And
Did you have anyone you probably had a lot of people reaching out to you then, did you? Or even
Not so much,
messaging you saying...
Fair play, it was a great idea. But I realised I spoke about my mental health and the world didn't collapse.
Yeah.
Didn't cave in. Found it quite cathartic actually. There was a little bit of humour in it.
It was really well written, and we'll include a link to it down below. You're not private on Facebook, right?
No.
Alright, so we'll include a link to that down below. We'll also include a few other links that we'll get to towards the end of this video. But go on, you were saying about the blog. You wrote up a few though.
Well, that was the first one, and
Yeah.
I took my toe into it, and I didn't really go into too much. I mentioned a few bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And then there was World Suicide Awareness Day a few months later, or a year later, or however long it was. And I disclosed in another blog on Facebook that when I was in 6th year, that I was suicidal. And I went home from school one day after getting suspended for fucking abusing a teacher or something like that, I can't remember what. Then I went home to the farm to hang myself. And I was interrupted by my father, who was pottering away, so I went home that night. And when I started talking about suicide, and I've gone through it myself, I've gone through suicidal ideation myself, that's when people started opening up to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, because it went viral.
It did, it blew up.
Well, actually, it was 2 or 3 months later it went viral, and that was when people started contacting me. I put up a picture of...
I remember the kind of like the before, and there was, you look, if you don't mind me saying, you just looked miserable, you genuinely just looked like you wanted to be anywhere else.
I wanted to die.
Yeah, because I didn't want to phrase it, but you genuinely just looked like you just didn't want to be here, and it was just, if you were to look at it first, you just go, Jesus, but then when you read it, you kind of realise what it's about. The picture is just used for a tool to say where you were, where you are now. In terms of people reaching out to you, how did that make you feel?
Fucking shocked.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the amount of people that contacted me. Yeah. To this day, even what days? I was out 2 nights ago in Hamilton, and even 2 nights ago, people were still confined and that's fucking 4 years on.
Yeah.
But in the immediate aftermath of those posts, I can't put a figure on how many people made contact. Friends, neighbours, fucking family members, relatives. Because it's phenomenal, and they all said at certain points they felt the same way, they were depressed or they thought about suicide, and I was like, fucking hell. Everyone from people I sat beside in school who were fucking straight A students, unlike my good self.
Been there?
No, I haven't. I was actually straight A's in 2nd class.
Second class?
2nd class, bitches.
You coloured within the lines.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'd say around that time is actually when I actually started to talk to you a little bit more and all. Because from my perspective, I seen the post, and the first thing I thought was, here's a guy who shared something very, very personal to him, and he put it out there for everyone to see, and I thought, I can respect someone like that. I said, I don't really know him, even though for a certain period of time, we lived about 2 minutes away from each other. We do again, actually, now, yeah. I started to say, well, how are you getting on? Every time I seen him and whatnot. And that was all.
Who the fuck is he?
Yeah, who the fuck is he? He's the fatter twin.
Jeez, that was harsh.
It's
I
true.
apologise for that.
You're alright. That was solely based on just because I had a respect for you that I just didn't know was there, based on an experience that you shared with the world. And the fact that so many people got in touch with you it sounds really, really nice to know that your message went out there and it was so well received. I know some people, there was probably some like negative feedback, was there, or none?
No.
None?
No.
Good.
Not that I fucking took any note of it anyway. That's a con, so.
That's good.
I wouldn't say it was nice. I was shocked, and once I worried.
Even now, would you be? Or has it set?
It was an eye opener.
Yeah.
It was an eye opener. There's not a single fucking street or house in Ireland that hasn't been affected by poor mental health in some capacity.
Yeah.
Be it mental illness, be it suicide, be it whatever the fuck, anxiety.
And what do you think about the treatment in Ireland that's available?
I don't know enough about it to comment on it, to be honest.
Really?
But anecdotal feedback isn't great, but I can't comment on it, to be honest. I know I sent people to their GP when they're suicidal, or when they're...
It is the main recommendation to go to your GP. Just
the first point of call, it's a medical issue. As far as I'm concerned, medical health is a medical issue. So if you're feeling suicidal, it's a GP job.
If you're having pain with your stomach, you go to the doctor. If you're having pain with your brain, you go to the doctor. It's pretty simple.
Easier said than done again if you're...
It is. It's a big step.
Leave the house or fucking talk to anyone, or fucking...
If you just want to lay in bed playing Skyrim for 18 hours straight,
7 a.m. to fucking...
Yeah.
That morning.
So...
I think it was more than actually. It was 21 hours straight. That was pretty impressive.
It was 21
hours straight.
21 hours straight of Skyrim.
Yeah, great game.
Fueled by alcohol.
Not that particular day, no.
Not that day. That was. Well, I suppose you need your senses to play Skyrim. From
the alcohol was a recent thing. I used to drink.
You never drank before?
No, I drank, but never to escape.
It was more just recreational.
That night in college when I went to die. For the past few months I've been terribly unhappy. And I gave up. I literally told myself in bed one day, depressed out of my head, I give up. And I started drinking. And my entire life actually fucking turned into when I could go to the next session. And then I realised about a month ago, I went down to Nastig for a going away party, and I brought down fucking spirits and fucking beer and whatever I brought with me for the after party.
Mm-hmm.
And went into the pub expecting a fucking mental one. And no one was drinking. Like, the lads were there and they were having a pint and going home. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I felt so fucking cheated. I didn't care about all my friends. I just fucking didn't get a session. And then I was like, okay, this is not fucking normal.
Normal to get a session or normal for the feeling?
It's not normal feeling to want to get wasted 24/7, so you don't have to feel what you're going through.
Mm.
I was like, right.
So, let's say, obviously it's still a working project. But
my life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As everyone, no one's perfect.
My life is still a working project.
Yeah. But like you have opened a lot of people's eyes. You can't deny that. You've even admitted yourself with the amount of people that they contact you and whatnot.
They contact us,
yeah.
Felt similar, yeah. But their eyes are already open because they experienced it. They might have known how many other people gone through it.
Well, you opened their mouths then. Give yourself some credit.
No.
He won't do it, but you can tell now that. Just read the post, you'll see the amount of people that reached out and all it made a serious difference to some people. From the point of where you were to where you are now, if you could talk to yourself back then, what would you say?
When I was in college?
Let's say the night where you were saying, I want to die.
Oh shit, yeah.
Like,
fuck, what would I say? I think I'd say go and get laid. But, yeah, that's what 21-year-old Paul needs to hear that night.
To the next day when he needed more advice.
Well, I needed to see a GP when I was in that state. I was so far gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd say to me in that.
Like, let's say you were...
I know I wrote a fucking article last year to my old fucking younger self, etc.
Mm.
And There was lots of lines, don't kill yourself. And I'm fucking glad that my 21-year-old self didn't kill myself.
Yeah.
Very glad. Oh shit, just kill myself.
You have to loot him. Oh god.
No, you can do it. It's very violent, isn't it?
It is very violent. Probably not a great game that we picked for this topic. But
you never want to kill someone on your tick, no? It's the fucking best game out there.
It's most of the time a tick anyway.
Just see these two guys here, just think of them somebody does dislike. There you go. No.
So, would you be proud of, let's say, what happened? No? No, would you have a little bit of relief for anything, or?
No.
No? What was your kind of feeling? Did you just kind of go with the flow, see, take it as it comes?
I'm trying to figure out what to do next.
That's fair.
I have no fucking idea.
Well, you're still young.
Ish.
Yeah. But,
So yeah, even now I still have anxiety. I have anxiety when I think about the future. I'm fucking scared. I realised that last week. I was like, what the fuck do I do now?
well, it sounds like you're thinking a lot more than you were.
Wouldn't be hard.
Fair. So, I'll probably phrase it differently. Right. You're at home, you're doing whatever you're doing, you're playing Skyrim, whatever, now. And I message you saying, Paul, did you have any advice? So you're going to say go to my GP. Would you say anything else, or?
Well, it depends on what you say to me, to be honest.
Let's just say, look, Paddy, I'm afraid I'm going to do something stupid. What the hell do I do?
Yeah, in that case, it sounds like you need a GP, but the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone, and not in relation to someone contacting me now, but the biggest piece of advice I give anyone, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your job is to do some training around suicide. I know it's not directly what you asked me, but there's free training courses run by the HSE called Safe Talk and Assist. Safe Talk is a half-day course run all around Ireland. I did a Safe Talk course in one morning in Kilkenny. And Safe Talk is recognising the signs of when someone's suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
Simply just picking up on things that they say. And Assist is a 2-day course. They know it on your CV, by the way, they're recognised training courses. And Assist is how to link someone in with help if they confide in you they're suicidal. So Safe Talk is how to ask them if they're suicidal, recognising the signs. And then Assist goes beyond that to linking them in with the GP, linking them in with the A&E if it's after hours. And I don't care who we are, I think everyone in Ireland should have fucking these courses done.
I wasn't even aware it's a thing.
There you go. Yeah, HSE. You just contact the Regional Suicide Resource Office. That might not be the exact name for it, but I mean,
if I can find a link for it, I will leave it in the description below.
Yeah, and each region has their own suicide resource officer, and you contact your resource officer. I can't remember who the one was when I did it. We get a link in with him or her.
Mm-hmm.
You ask them, is there any Safe Talk courses coming up? Because you can't do Assist until you have Safe Talk done.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 courses. There's an online one, and that's just a brief introduction. It's a 1-hour course, and that's essentially level 1, or was when I was doing it. Then level 2 was your Safe Talk. You go do that Safe Talk course, and then you book in on your Assist course. All free courses, and you're much better equipped to. I won't say advise because advice is the wrong fucking word.
Probably listen.
No advice is better than bad advice, but those 2 courses, I did Safe Talk, and 2 weeks later someone confided in me based on the conversation on that training that they were suicidal, and we got into a GP.
You were able to deduct, or did they just outright tell you?
I outright asked. That's the whole purpose of Safe Talk. Yeah, you just
so you see,
ask straight out.
He's too humble to say that he just helped someone.
No, fuck that shit. But yeah, it's a positive training course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I recommend everyone do it.
Yeah, if I can find the link for it, I will put it in the description down below. Well, it's like, so what am I trying to say here? I know even myself, like I do get depressed and all that stuff. Like, I was a very, very young father, and the whole way through the pregnancy I was fine, but when the child was born, that's when I started to become a bit anxious, depressed, and not feeling good enough for this newborn. And it actually wasn't until I started to talk to the people around me that I started to kind of fix some of these issues. And I'm working on them now still, but what I'm trying to say is that for a long, long period of time, I was just stuck in a really negative zone because I didn't want to admit that I needed help. But then when I went to get help, almost instantaneously, everyone around me rallied and helped me. Even by just saying such simple things like, you are there for your son whenever you need him. And like, you're not a father, but you can understand, like, that's a serious thing for someone to say. There's people out there that don't take being a parent seriously, which is another issue entirely. I think those people deserve to be castrated. But that was very, very nice for me to hear in that mindset. So I know I'm going on and on, but what I'm trying to say is that when you get to the point where you feel you're ready and comfortable to seek help, you will not be rejected. No one's going to tell you to fuck off.
If they do, they're fucking assholes.
If they do, those people probably need help too.
I've heard of people who've done it and they're cunts.
Yeah. That's a 1 in a million. If a person tells you to fuck off and you think they're your friend, they're not. They are just some waste of space that probably has shit that they haven't dealt with.
Fuck them.
Fuck them, exactly. Fuck them. And you know, like, so
there's a lot of
go on.
this shit as well about it's okay not to feel okay. It's not okay to feel okay. What's that? How do you say? How's it saying?
It's okay to not be okay.
It's not. It's shit. It's absolutely fucking awful. It's the worst feeling in the world not being okay.
Yeah. And
you shouldn't have to feel like that. And it sucks that you feel like that.
I think that saying normalizes it.
Yeah.
If you
I think it has no fucking impact at all. And it's just some fucking stupid shit someone put on Facebook with this.
It's
shit.
a slogan. Oh, this thing.
Yeah, it's a load of bollocks.
It's just a really poorly phrased slogan, and I just don't understand the campaign in general. But look, if it made a difference to someone, all the better for them.
Huge stigma around medication as well. I think people are afraid. I'm afraid of it.
Of antidepressants, let's say, or
yeah. I mean, it's literally it's a drug. I won't say it's essentially designed to make you feel better, but that's the long-term goal of it. And
I believe kind of like, isn't it a 3-month kind of trial?
I don't know.
I believe I've looked at a small bit. Antidepressants usually you're put on a kind of a month base by base situation. I have a friend I'm not going to name who actually was on them, and he said that they worked really, really well for him and that they helped him to stabilize. And he was afraid when, let's say, his period of using the medication was coming to an end that he might dip back. But from talking to him, he's actually doing really, really well since. And that while he was on the medication, he learned the basic skills to get himself out of those really poor situations. So they're a very useful tool that you don't need to depend on after a period of time. And
some people might need to depend on them for.
Some people might. Like some people are recommended to stay on them for up to 5 years.
Fuck it, it makes you feel better. It makes you feel better.
There was another quote as well I heard. Like, there's people who won't use antidepressants because they think, oh, I'll be seen to be mental, or I can't go to my GP to talk to him because I don't want to look foolish in front of him.
I've gone to my GP for depression. I've sent people to fucking GP for various reasons, all mental health related. And every one has been glad that they went.
Yeah. Like,
I've sent people for fucking I've sent people because they're suicidal, I've sent people because they're anxious and depressed, I've sent people because they're having hallucinations. Every single one of them have come back and said, yeah.
I've gone for stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I took a month off last year for the fucking stress leave.
I took a week, and I was so ashamed going into work with the cert. But
I went up to my manager because apparently I heard he wasn't overly happy about it, and I asked him straight. Well, he wasn't my manager; he was the boss. And I asked him straight out, "Is there an issue? Are you take?" And he was like, "No, it's all cool." I was like, "Great, good, yeah."
like and now looking back, I know if I didn't take that week off, I would have been so much worse. Like at the time when the week ended, I just felt like that did nothing, but it did. It really did. It made even between like me and my work, it gave them the awareness that I will break if I'm pushed too hard. And it's not like they were overworking me or anything like that, or it's just that we were going through a really difficult period in work, and I was doing way more than I should have, and things just escalated, and I wasn't helping myself, so I needed to back away and all. And it was around the time my son was born as well, so like I was going through a lot of things. But yeah, I felt so shit for handing it in, but now I just realised that there's so much more important things than pride.
Damn fucking and work.
Yeah.
To pay the fucking bills, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring this video to a close pretty soon. I know like we could keep going on and on and on and on.
But to be fair, like most people stopped listening about an hour ago. Didn't you? You did.
You didn't. So to finish off, well, firstly I'm gonna say thank you to Paulie for coming on and just chatting to us, just kind of, because you know, like, we didn't cover too much, but mainly the point of the video is to hopefully inspire some people to go out there and get help if they need help, or for some people to just become more aware that people around them might be in need of,
or to fucking book a safe talk and assist training course.
That,
fuckers.
Like, for instance, I didn't. So yeah, you can book a Safe Pass talk.
No, Safe Pass is the building site.
Safe Pass talk, Jesus.
Yeah.
Safe talk.
Safe talk.
And assist. Yeah.
With the HSE.
Yeah. And we will include.
And you can go to your GP.
You go to your GP. I keep doing this and it's blocking the camera from you, so I'm gonna have to use that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna include descriptions of emails, contact numbers that you can. I'm probably gonna even have them come across the screen here, of numbers, people you can contact. Please don't do that. It makes it so hard to put underneath there. Like I know, for instance, the Samaritans they do so much work to help people.
116123. That's their free call number.
There you go. It's free call. Even like, what have you got to lose? And I believe you don't even need to tell them your name. You can remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm. I know they have a text line as well, but it is limited.
Yeah, and they're very.
In terms of their ability to text back.
Yeah, like they're human too. Like they have a lot of calls and whatnot, texts. You can email them as well. You can always leave an email and then you can get back to them. Like you can always read an email at any time, and it allows them to get back to you whenever you want. Like if you're not in a desperate situation that you need to talk to them on. But again, they're going to recommend that you go to a GP or seek some form of medical help.
Maybe not.
Maybe
you can't preempt what they say. So
if the issue isn't,
it's a non-judgmental. It's a non-judgmental helpline. Sometimes you just listen as well.
Yeah. Sometimes you might just need that. You might just need someone to listen to.
Like a mother.
Yeah. So I don't want to drag it on too long. This video's already gone on way too long. So again, thank you so much for listening. If you are going through something, please reach out, look for help, talk to someone around you that you can trust. And
you can drop me a Facebook message.
You can drop Polly a Facebook message, you can message the channel, you can message me. I'm sure we can find out some way of getting you some help. If you're in the local area, just even if you see Polly or me on the street, just let us know if the video did that for you, or if you'd like us to do it again, or if you'd like us to cover other topics. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to say thank you to Polly.
So, shake your hand now.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, shaking hands. Look at us. We're shaking hands, lads. Look. Shaking hands.
No, they didn't know that they were there the
They're
whole
there.
time.
They're there the whole
Two
time.
people watching us eating a
Great
pizza.
pizza. It's a patty special.
Yeah.
God damn, I miss patty specials.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again.